Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Here we are, another week. Today, episode 52 of Virtual Coffee with Francois. And I'm Francois, for those of you that didn't know. It's really awesome to be back this morning again. Had a little bit of separation anxiety yesterday because we now going forward are not going to do an episode on a Sunday, just simply so I can take a little bit of a break and just not worry about what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So that is awesome. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I deeply appreciate it. So I've got some announcements to make today. Once again, an interesting week and a busy, awesome week ahead, and really looking forward to share some amazing insights and amazing people with you as we go through this week. So really happy to be back. Let me see quickly if LinkedIn is working this morning. On Saturday, there was a problem. It now says Francois is live here on LinkedIn. Good morning, Chart. Just to prove to you, Chart and Renate, Igu, Salome and Stefan. Baie welkom. Goeiemorgen. Good morning. Welcome there on LinkedIn. Sorry if you looked on LinkedIn. I tried to upload the video from Saturday because on Saturday I spoke about, looking back to move forward. And I think it was a very powerful session. It was about some of the things that I learned, some of the things that jumped out at me over the last 50 episodes. And without overthinking it or just, trying to be clinical about it or really analyzing each and every episode and see where I started and see where I ended up. Just what are the things that I keep on realizing and that keeps on sort of, jumping out at me and sometimes on me. So, I think you must really go check that out. I tried to upload it to LinkedIn because the feed didn't go through to LinkedIn for some reason. It doesn't allow me to upload more than 10 minutes of video. So what I did do is I did share the link to the episode on YouTube on my profile. So if you go to my profile at the top, it says there featured, and you'll see there the link. All the episodes are there from episode 1 all the way through. If you go on there, you'll be able to find all of them easily. Most of them, well, the bulk, all of them except this one, I think will be the ones that are on LinkedIn. And then this one will link back to YouTube. So over on the YouTubes, let me say good morning. Good morning. Jacobo sent me a message yesterday. Good morning. And I think we are both so into this whole daily thing that we missed it yesterday. And so good to be back. Thank you very much, Kobus. Glad that you're here once more. Hello, Slanganani, Sanibunani. I think you are not in two places at once. So good morning. Welcome you on YouTube. Terence, good morning. Nice to have you here. Malcolm and Almin, Raymond, all the regulars are here. Let me just see if I can scroll down a little bit. Casper, good morning. Razan, Renee, Denise, Neil in Kroonstad. Neil, welcome. Ian McMaster, Carol, welcome. Carol, thank you once again for that very nice picture that you did, that you posted for the 50th episode. I really appreciate it. It takes some effort to do these images and things, and just to have done it is so special. I saved it. I will keep it and I will treasure it. So thank you very much for that. It really means a lot to me. Francis, goeiemorgen. Lekker. Tinus, goeiemorgen. Welcome terug. Arun, good morning. Welcome back. And Matthew, nice to have you here again, Matthew. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Welcome back. Alrighty, so as you know, from today, the episodes are going to be shorter. So we're going to do about half an hour, 35 minutes. If it's just me that's going to be talking and sharing some ideas with you. And when we have guests, we will go up to an hour again. And that's exactly what's going to happen this week. We've got a couple of great guests that coming on. Tomorrow we're starting with our series on data. So we're going to be talking about data. I'm going to have Rob Pritchett, who's the business owner of Advice at Iris, and Richard Swigard, which is one of the main programmers over at Iris. So really looking forward to this. As I said on the weekend as well, this is not going to be an Iris session. It's not about marketing X-Plan or what X-Plan is about. This is just a conversation about the importance of data and the role it plays in a financial planning business, and why you should use this as a foundation for your practice in order to build it so that there's no cracks that appear later on. So we're just going to get into this. It's going to be a series of 2-3 episodes. We're not 100% sure. We'll see how it goes. There's a whole list of things that we do want to talk about. So no, we're not going to overwhelm you by putting everything into one episode. So it's probably going to be 2 or 3 episodes of half an hour each. We will get into this in a bit more detail. So tomorrow morning, which is Tuesday morning, what's that, 12th of May, I think. we'll be live, and you can come and join us for this conversation. I think it's going to be very interesting. We're really going to get into it. Tomorrow is all about positioning, this whole series and what we're going to be talking about. We're going to look at all the different data types and things that we need to consider. And then we're going to get into assumptions, because assumptions is very important when we look at the technical aspect of financial planning. And I know there's a whole host of things and a lot of people trying to move away from the technical aspects of financial planning. At the end of the day, our value is shifting, but we still need to be able to do technical financial planning and understand the impact of these assumptions, and really, understanding like how did you get to those assumptions, or is it just because everybody is using the same assumptions? So we're really going to interrogate assumptions, get into it and see. And also we would like your input and your feedback, and join the discussion with us so that we can hear what it is that you feel. Then on Wednesday, I've got my second international guest, which is Mr. Sandro Forte. Really looking forward to have Sandro on the show. And I just titled this Dare to Be, because there's a whole host of things that we're going to talk about. He's very well known for talking about daring to be different and doing things the right way and really achieving success. He's built a very successful practice in the UK. So he's from London or that area about. And really an awesome guy. He's been speaking at a lot of conferences and MDRT. He's a well-known person there. He's part of MDRT and he speaks at MDRT. So yeah, really, really awesome to have him on the show as well. So really looking forward to this. And so please join us for this. This is going to be an hour episode. So definitely on Wednesday the 13th, it's going to be an hour-long episode. Then on Thursday, I will be back, just myself. And then on Friday, I'm happy to say at this stage, I'm still looking to confirm, but so far it should be Friday. Douglas Kruger. I knew I was going to have to do this. But anyway, Douglas Kruger is going to be on the show. He recently released his new book called Virus Proof for Your Small Business, which is written in record time, and that's been published in record time. So, but we're going to be talking about that, but we will also be talking about how you position yourself as an expert and the things you need to be looking at, as well as a whole host of other things. So really happy to have Douglas on the show as well. I will confirm if it is definitely Friday, but as far as I've got it, it is Friday, and looking forward to that one. So very happy that he's going to be on the show. All right. So yeah, I think that's all of the announcements. Just lastly, just a quick reminder about the online customer experience recording or training session that's on my website at Circulus. You can go and have a look at it there. It really takes you through the entire process. And I'm actually, I've created a new program for the FBI where we're going to be looking at life after this whole pandemic and how I see the world and what I think sort of the things that have changed during this time. And we know that things are different. There's a lot of advisors thinking that we're going back to the way it was. If you look at some surveys and things that were done, people are saying we're going back to the way we did things before. I don't think that's going to be the case, because clients have moved on and clients have experienced different things, and they're going to be demanding other things. Probably. I don't know. Do we really know? That's the question I start off with. But anyway, so more about that when that is released. I will definitely let you know. Good morning, Hugo and Cindy and Kuketsu. Good morning. Nice to have you all with us. Carol says use Canva. Awesome. I hope you heard about Canva here on this show. I do all my stuff on Canva. Canva is absolutely fantastic. And then just lastly, over on LinkedIn, we've got Peter Lopez. Welcome back. Mark Lang, nice to have you here again. Lofi and France, welcome. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. So this morning, I really want to talk about two very powerful words. And, when I decided on this topic, it's also something that's been on my list for quite a while, because it is something that I am very set on, or very focused on, or it's something that's extremely important to me. It's something that I value, and not so much from receiving it, but a lot more from giving it. And that is really what spurred this whole topic on for today. Also, if I look at how far we've come now in the last 51, 52 days, the amount of exposure we got specifically from the 50th episode. And, it just, one goes and sit back and say, well, there's a lot of things that's happening because of a lot of people. There's things happening because of timing. There's things happening because of what I've done before, which I never knew was going to work out to this. So there's a whole host of things that's going to my mind at the moment, and saying, well, where to from here? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What is really, really important? And I think by Thursday, I will definitely have a better idea of exactly what we're going to focus on. As I said, I do want to share the results from the survey with you. It's been extremely, extremely interesting. It's been extremely valuable. So thank you for everybody that did complete it. The survey is closed now, so if you missed it, sorry. But yeah, we closed it after the 50th episode, and I've gone through it already, but I really now need to go and look for insights where, like, what do we implement and where do we go to from here, and what would make sense, what kind of guests we need, etc. Alrighty. So what I want to start off with, and as you can hear maybe from what I'm saying this morning, and I hope, by the way, the lighting is a bit better. I looked at my video next to Ross's video, and it wasn't easy to see me. And although it's so light in here, you can't believe it, that now I've moved one of the lights a lot closer, trying not to let it show in the poster. So it looks on my screen, I look a lot better lit, or a lot more lit. I don't know if I look better, but I look more lit. So yeah, trying to fix this whole lighting thing. About video, I think lighting is the most difficult thing, specifically if you don't have a big space or you don't have big proper lights, etc. To get it right is really a thing, and it is important. So yeah, but sorry, I'm digressing. But through all of this, I think one of the most important things that we should do, I know, is that we must be practicing gratitude every single day. You've heard this so much from so many different people. If you just go and Google gratitude, I'm pretty sure you're going to find a whole host of things talking about the same things. And I want to talk to you about gratitude today from my personal experience point of view, and why it's so important to me, and I think just what it has done for me over the last 4 or 5 years, because it's been tough. It has not been easy. This, building this business, it builds well, and then something happens and it comes down, and it goes up, and it comes down, and goes up, and it comes down. And we started this year off fantastically, and then all of this happened, and it's pretty much the same story for many entrepreneurs and many people building a business. One of the things is a little bit off the point. I see there's so many people, and there's one lady in like specifically that's very vocal on LinkedIn at the moment about looking for a job, and that, all sorts of issues that she's highlighting and how difficult it is and blah. And then I just go like, okay, but one of the things that I would like to explore and to understand better is, why do people, if you can't find a job, why don't you just start? You've got a skill, you've got something, why don't you just try and start doing your own thing? And I know it's not for everybody, but I'm curious to find out why that is not an option for so many people. Don't you believe you can do it? Don't you have the confidence? Don't you know where to start? I don't know. It's an amazing, I don't know, psychological or human behavior thing, I think. But anyway, so back to gratitude. In all of this, with everything going up and down, I've made a habit of it to really look at the things that's been going well. It's not to say that I'm ignoring the things that are not going well, because that's being naive. It's being stupid. My wife has asked me so many times, so when are you going to decide that this isn't working? And I'm like, I don't know, but I think I'll know. At the moment, it's going in the right direction in my mind. There's a lot that I'm grateful for. There's a lot of things that's stressing me out. There's a lot of things that I'm extremely worried about, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix some of the stuff. But I do believe, and I'm optimistic that it's going there and it will get there. So, that's the life, and it's the life that I chose. So it is. I'm not complaining. I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I'm able to do this. And I think there's a few ways that one could actually practice gratitude. And, some of the things I want to share with you, I'm not doing all of them. But, some of the things, it depends on what's working for you. But for me, it's being really, aware of the fact that you feel grateful, that you are thankful, that you feel like, you know what, this is where I am. And it's not a case of, oh, you're so much better off than other people, and there's people that's got it worse off and people with bigger problems, because there's always somebody better and somebody with more problems. Just that's life. It's not about that. For me, for once, you can focus on just you and say, well, you know what? This is what I've got. This is where I am. And I think some of the ways that you can do this is obviously through prayer, just saying thanks, whatever your religion, your background, whatever that may be, but to be thankful and to say thank you for what it is that you have. Doesn't matter what it is or who it is that you believe in my opinion. That is up to everybody, but that is one way, through prayer. And prayer, I think, is also a way of meditation. I tried meditation for a good while. I gave it a good shot, more than 30 days. I just get off to a running start in the morning, and I can't get into that habit of going to sit still. In the evenings, I'm too tired. So I don't have the energy to really focus and do that. And maybe, I don't know when the best time is. And they say some people do it in the morning, some people do it in the afternoon or in the evening, But for me, I just think I remember that through that sort of thing, it's the hardest thing with meditation is one, not to think of anything. And then when you do think of something, to just focus on that one thing. So I think it's a very, very powerful thing to do. So meditation and prayer sort of goes hand in hand for me, because it is reflecting on where you are. It is reflecting on what you've got, what you're achieving, the lessons that you've learned, the challenges that you face, the things that you overcome, the mistakes that you make, all that kind of stuff. We've got to be very, very grateful for those, because they are there for a reason. Then also another way is through journaling, which is the one thing that I'm battling with, although it's not that I don't like writing or anything like that. I actually enjoy writing a lot. Certain things I don't write all the time, because it does get frustrating to me sometimes, because I want to edit as I go along. I'm still battling with the fact of just write and then go back and edit, because it feels like wasting time. But that is the best way to do it, is just go and just write things down, or just start with a framework, just do a brain dump and take it from there. But journaling is something that is also good. And there you can go back and read about things, where you were. I need to sit here and think about, where was I in 2016? Where was I in 2013 when I left Discovery? So what was the situation? What did I feel like? What was happening at the time? What happened 6 months later? Where was I at the end of 2014 when I felt like I'm in this hole and it's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper? And how the hell am I going to get out of this? To starting that journey, and to then start and figure out, and being sent to places I've never been before, and then try and do things that I've never done before, and just falling in love with certain things, and then just moving on from there, and then making the decision to say, I'm just going to do this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just want to do this one thing, and then going through the struggle of struggling with being able to do a lot of things, and then say, well, what is my one thing, or what is the one thing that I want to be known for, or what is the one thing that I'm maybe best at from what it is, that all the things that I can do. And so I don't have that. I got to remember. So the day I lose my mind, that I don't know, that I think is my biggest fear, is that I won't be able to remember stuff. But still today, I'm very grateful for all of this and where I am. And I'm very far, there's so many people sending me messages and things saying, so happy that you're so successful, so happy that it's going so well with you. I'm so happy for you. And I'm grateful for those messages. But those are all perceptions, It's not to say that because I'm busy and because people are talking to me and because I'm doing this every single day and then you can see me everywhere, that's necessarily an indication. It's like somebody driving some fancy car. You don't even know if it's their car, their dad's car, or whoever's car. They stole the car. I don't know, So it's really like most people are sort of have their challenges, and most people have their struggles. But the thing is, are you grateful for that? And are you then journaling to write all these things down? And if that's something that's going to work for you, because that's a manner of reflection. It's how you can reflect. And then obviously through words. I think a very powerful way to express gratitude is through words, by saying things. Now, obviously you can, again, if you look at most of these things, prayer are words. Meditation is really words. Journaling, that is words. So it's going down to words, but yeah, I'm talking about verbally expressing your gratitude, even if it is just to yourself and just saying it out loud, or to your spouse all the time, that, what, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that, and just how amazing things are, or to at least speak about the amazing things that are in your life, because it doesn't matter where we are. There are definitely something that is absolutely amazing, even if it's just your dog, that picks up its own poo. How awesome would that be? I don't know. But anyway, that's a little bit on the fun side. So for me, that's very important, practicing gratitude. I don't know how you feel about it and whether you're doing this, but I think that is where everything really starts. And even if we want to work on our mindsets, we want to work on what we focus on, just coming from this place of gratitude is extremely important in all walks of life. And I mean, there are some things that we all crave, even if we say that we don't. There are things that we crave, absolutely crave, because we are human. And even if you say, no, that's not important to me, I'm not looking to get anything in return. I'm not it's not about that. I just want to do my part. I don't care about the things that come back to me. I don't believe that's really true. What I found in practice or in real life out there is that a lot of people are givers. They will help, but it is so hard for them to receive. And often if somebody will tell them thank you, or someone will say, you know what, you made a difference. And I do that. People will tell me good stuff, and then I would say, I'll try. It's just instead of just saying, you know what, it's a pleasure. It is a privilege. I do that a lot of times, but often I default to this. You don't really know how to react, and you must just receive, because that is an amazing feeling to also just receive. That is not the reason you did it. It feels like, I think sometimes we feel if you're uncomfortable to receive because then your intention with giving wasn't pure. And that's not it. There's this the saying, don't ask me who said it, but you do something for someone else, you're doing it for yourself. It is just natural. It is the yin and the yang. It's the two sides of the coin. They just go together. There's nothing. It's like I don't know, Boda. They walk together. They can't go they're separate ways. That'll be really not a nice thing. But some of the things that I think we all crave is that we want to be connected. It's a lot of people that are really struggling with feeling disconnected and feeling alone and not feeling part of something. We all want to belong. This is what this community is about. It's about belonging. It's about being part of something. It's about being part of something that you feel makes a difference, that you feel is significant, and that you can relate to and resonate with. We all have that. And this is why there are things like cults, because they prey on people's craving to belong, for them to matter, to mean something, to make a difference. That's how they get people in there. But we all have got that. It is just that some people feel like they have nowhere to belong, that they are not significant, that they do not make a difference, that they have nothing to offer the world. And it's when they get to that state when they become vulnerable, and when we become vulnerable is when that happens. But we all want to feel connected, and that we feel we want to belong. We all like recognition. I won't say we crave recognition and that we want recognition, but when you do receive recognition, it does something to your heart. There is some feeling of, what, somebody did see, somebody did, I don't even know what the word is, but they saw it. They recognized it. They said, well, I see you, and you know what, that made a difference, or whatever. But there is some form of recognition. Now, again, it's like anything in life. It's the same with your strengths. You can use a strength, a natural talent, or an ability, or something that you have to your benefit, or you can use it to your detriment. It's a habit. A habit can work for you or against you. There's always this good with the bad, and we need to know. So if recognition becomes everything, that's not good. But being recognized because you did great stuff, or because you gave, or because you served, there's nothing wrong with that. It is an amazing feeling. And that is something that we all want. I won't say crave recognition, because then it goes to the negative. But as humans, you want to be recognized and saying, well done. You do an amazing job. Know that you make a difference. And that sort of takes me to the next point, is that, you want to be appreciated. It's just that whatever you do it matters. It makes a difference. The next level up on that is being significant. And I think that is what everybody wants. That if you get to the end of your life, it's not about how much money you make, or how much income you're earning, or the nice car that you drive, or anything like that. It is about, did you live a life of significance? Did you touch someone's life in a positive way? Did you make a difference? Did you help somebody when they needed help? Those are the kind of things that we need to consider and say, well, then, and what does significance mean to you? Because significance, it's like success. It means different things to different people. And often significance will be something that is really, I always want to say, given to you by someone else, because one person would tell you, you know what, you saved my life. You know what, you steered me in a different direction, and I'm so happy for that. You know what, you made me recognize that this is not what I want to do. I want to do the following. you made me question myself, and that led to whatever. So that can be significant. And then other people, I mean, you just look at people through philanthropy and those kind of things where they have lots of money to give and they have time to give and they have a much bigger impact. But it's not to say that me in my personal capacity here in my home can't be significant. But this is what we all want. We want that significance. So I think that's important. We all want to make that difference. And then, it's all about giving gratitude, as I said earlier, but it is for sure about receiving gratitude as well. And to feel okay with it. The fact that you are receiving it must be like, that must be just as awesome as giving gratitude. So when somebody tells you thank you, or somebody gives you a compliment, somebody, is just saying, well, you know what, you helped me, thank you. That's it. Just say thank you. It's my pleasure. Receive it. Enjoy it. It's awesome. Right. I think both are equally powerful. And it's all about giving first. This is not about and also if you want real gratitude, you give gratitude without expecting anything in return, because then you can receive without feeling guilty about it. You can receive without being, I don't know, just uncomfortable with it and feeling like maybe you don't deserve it for some reason. You just want to give. And I see it a lot. You will do something for someone, they will give it back to you because they're unable to receive. And sometimes their pride gets in the way. Sometimes they just don't know how to receive. Okay. And sometimes that them is me and you not being able to receive. Right. So I think that is something that I'm experiencing and that I'm seeing a lot as well. And, there's been studies done. Okay. There's been research done about the impact of gratitude. And there's sort of 3 levels of things or 3 things, like very powerful things that are impacted by practicing gratitude. The first thing, it's your body. There is literally things that happen inside your body when you come from a place of gratitude. There is a chemical change in your body. It does things to you. And not just from these hormones being released that makes you happy and all that kind of stuff, and it's good for your body, etc. I mean, literally, and you can go read up on that. I'm not an expert on these things, but there's a physical manifestation of gratitude in our bodies that, makes your immune system stronger, all sorts of stuff. And I think very importantly, obviously, is your mind. It also impacts your mind, the way you view the world, the way you view things, the way you address things, the way you approach things. Everything changes when you come from that place where, you know what, here is something good. It's not something bad. We're not questioning everything, because that's what happens when we go into this whole defensive mode about, receiving. So no, like, all sorts of stories. You just get like, why are you saying that? Why do you think I did something good there? Is there some agenda there? So when you practice gratitude the right way and you give, then these things have an impact on your mind. And then obviously, from a relationship point of view, I mean, isn't it much nicer hanging around people who's grateful for what they've got, who's really positive about life, and they're optimistic and they're full of hope. They're full of hope. And that is what gratitude does for us. So what are those 2 words that I'm really been alluding to? I want to get to what these 2 words are. And this is very simply, you got to say thank you all the time. This is something that I do a lot. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people will say things on LinkedIn. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. I'm not big on writing paragraphs of trying to, respond in a way that feels, I'm just like, thank you. And when I say thank you, I really, really mean it. And that's why I've said thank you so many times, and I can get so emotional when I do that, because I'm really, really deeply, deeply thankful for everything that I've got and everything that I don't have. All the challenges, everything that I went through in my life. There were times that I hated myself, but it's fine. We worked through that. Yeah. So I want to tell you some of the things that I did to say thank you in my past, to give you some ideas of how we can do this practically. I think that is important. So when I was still a consultant, which was from 98 until 2008 about, I used to do every year. So since I came to Joburg in 2004, from 2005, I did what I termed a kickstart function. So every start of the year, I would get my entire unit of advisors together. So I only work with independent advisors and bank advisors and so forth. So we didn't look after people that were tied to Liberty. I worked for Liberty at the time. But I would invite my entire unit. It was a whole marketing exercise that started at the end of the year before and saying, listen, so in January that month or sometimes the first week in February, I'm going to have my kickoff function. So my kickoff function. And it would consist of a few things. Well, one was to say thank you for what we did the year before and to give recognition to people that played a significant role. And that is something that I did openly there. And then I would usually, because I love to do a braai, so I braaied, or there was some things that sometimes we had a spit braai and things like that, not with a whole lamb, but with like pieces of meat that we had. So there was always food involved and there was always thanks involved. Those are the two things when you see me and you hear about me, think about food and think about thank you. Okay. Those are the things that I love apparently very much. So, and we did those and I cried at every single one. It seems like that is what I do. I've got that special gene. It's not Levi's, it's not Guess. It's just that gene that makes me cry when I tell people thank you for everything. And then we always did something special. The one year we made superheroes out of everybody. So this whole superhero thing has been coming for a long, long time. So we did that. And there was different things that I always did to make them feel special and sort of say, well, this is how much you mean to me. And also I showed them like, what did we achieve? And then obviously the second part of that function was to say, well, what do we want to do this year? And how do I need your help? And how can you help me? And how can I help you? And that was sort of the whole idea. And it was this mutually beneficial relationship from both sides. A lot of the things that I'm sharing with you in these episodes are things that I've been doing for years. It's not something that I go and think up now. It's things that I've been practically doing and things that's been making a difference to people. So that is what I enjoyed a lot in terms of being a consultant. But anyway, so I was a little bit different in that way. The other thing is, and we've spoken about this maybe before, I'm not sure, but there was a video that I made at the end of last year, a little 4-minute video when it was time to give end of year gifts. And I was talking about the difference between gifts and marketing, or your intention behind giving a gift. And this is obviously a big way that we say thank you. We do gifts. Sometimes it is just a simple thank you is enough. And I've dealt with people that feel like they will not say thank you to someone because it was their responsibility and it is their job to do it and it's expected that they do it. Why do they need to be thanked for that? Gee whiz, I've got a totally different approach. And I'm saying, like, even if you do what is in your job description, even if you do what you were appointed to do, even if you were like, shit, man, say thank you. Say thank you. I mean, that appreciation, that recognition, I notice that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, come on, that is really, really for me fundamental. And I'm not like, if you're one of those people that feel like, okay, you don't want to recognize every single thing if it's expected, then that is obviously your personal choice. I'm not of that opinion. I come from the other side. So sometimes we'll do something special for someone, and sometimes it's just a thank you, just picking up the phone, sending a voice note, sending a picture or something just to say thank you. I appreciate you. That's it. Don't have to make a huge thing of it, but sometimes we want to give gifts. So when you give a gift, it's very important that you need to recognize, like, what is the reason for this gift? If it is to say thank you, or it's to say congratulations, or it's to say well done, or whatever that is, please don't put your logo on it. Do something that is personal. I always say something that hits the heart, okay, and that stays in the mind. So it is something that really means something to that person. And then you don't need your logo on there for them to remember where they got it. If it is something that they can use or something they can tell a story about, that is what is going to really have an impact. We often gave movie tickets to people just to say thank you there for you and your husband or for you and your wife. Go out and go have a, it's simple. It was 100 Rand gift maybe. I don't know. Back in the day, it was maybe 60 Rand or something. But there's a voucher. Take out your spouse. Now these days you've got these wonderful, like, not right now, but when we're out of lockdown, at like Silver Star and Monte Casino and those places, I'm pretty sure all over the country, there's date night for two. It's awesome because you pay 250 Rand or 350 Rand. You get a 2-course or sometimes a 3-course meal. You have movie tickets. You can make a whole evening of it. If you give something like that to someone, you don't need to put your business card on it or a letter with you. No, just a plain handwritten note just saying, thank you very much. I hope you and your spouse enjoy this, or do something for their kids or something like that. But those things are important. And those are 2 of the ways that I said thank you. So client appreciation events, we did a 2-episode session on that. And that's why that was important to me, because I've been doing this practically for a long time. And just make it a habit, man. Just just say thank you for the smallest of things. Make it a habit. It makes such a big difference to say thank you and to see sometimes on somebody's face. How often I get to like Spa or Checkers at the till and the lady punching, or they don't punch anymore, but scanning the goods and things through, and it looks like I would always ask them, hey, man, this has been a tough day. And then they go like, why? Sorry, man, you look tired or you look stressed. And immediately they go like, because somebody is recognizing them and somebody is saying, you know what, well done, you're doing a good job. Sometimes something like that, if you're the only, how rude people are. Anyway. And then when you do say thank you, just mean it every single time. Do it from the heart. And then lastly, I want to say, receive as good as you give. I think that's what I want to end off with. It's just receive as good as you give. Cool stuff. So that is my story for today. Let me see quickly who we've got. Any questions or any mentions here? George Mkanzi. George, it's the first time I've seen you here. Russell is saying Iron Man. Let me just see quickly. Guys, thank you. There's some praise. This is not about me, but thank you very much. See, there I do it again. But thank you very much. Everybody's saying thank you to me. It is literally my privilege and my pleasure. I really love doing this, and I will keep doing this. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Over here, we've got Johan says, I'm well and truly lit. Thank you. We're definitely referring to the LED light. And attitude of gratitude, says Renata. Vimlesh says, I did not see any showing on the weekend, and I thought it had ended. Good to hear you, Francois. Yes, I don't know what happened on LinkedIn. It's just like the feed didn't work. Good morning, Johan Klute. So, but this is, I think, a good way for us to start the week. Tomorrow, remember, we start the data series. It's going to be half an hour discussion. And then I will continue after that, maybe with something, or we'll end there. I don't know. We'll see. And then remember, Wednesday, we've got Sandro. Thursday will be me. Friday, we've got Douglas Kruger. Really happy and excited for this. So please come and join us. Tell everybody, let everybody know. When we send on the WhatsApps, please forward them to your colleagues and your friends and people that you feel will benefit. Often these topics will work well for business owners as well. It doesn't have to be just financial advisors, although that is our community. But if you do want to invite some of your clients every now and then to listen to some of the things, or not even for the live show, if you just want to share, if we've done something that there's a good message that will add value to your clients from you, not from me, from you, send that on to them. Let them watch it. It's I have no issue with that. You're more than welcome to do that. But anyway, so that's my story. Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. I hope that you have a very good week and that you'll be blessed and that you will prosper during this week. And good luck with everything. We don't know what this week is going to hold, but let's take it by the horns and make the best out of it. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.